Hey, sports card fans, it's John Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. Earlier this month, I showed a pickup off of my 100 cards for $10,000 project. And with that card, it left me just one card short of completing this player's 1970s Topps run. Well, today's video is card number 71 off of my list, and it's a bit of a milestone card in which it now completes this player's 1970s Topps run. So I'm going to turn the camera around, show off my latest pickup and some other cards I have of this player in my collection. So let's go take a look. All right, card number 71 is the 71 Topps Pete Rose. So this now completes all the 70s cards for him. The video I did earlier this month was the pickup of his 1970 Topps card, which just left this one remaining. Love the overall eye appeal of this one here. When I'm looking at cards from the 71 set, obviously I want one that has some pretty solid black borders all around, very little chipping. This one's not, perfect, but is, to me, is really good in terms of the solid black all around. And then the second thing, of course, is centering. Really hard to find well-centered copies from the 71 set. And while you often see, the left to right being off-center, I'm finding that a lot of the 71s, the bottom border is really thin. And so this one here has a decent bottom border. I don't know if you could, it's not, perfect centering, but as these 71s go, I saw this copy here. It was a buy it now, so it wasn't an auction. And yeah, they wanted on the high end of comps, but compared to other copies that I've been watching from the 71 set here, the registration, the color, again, the black border, and the fairly good centering on this copy, I said, yeah, this is the one for me. And here is the back. Normally, I'm not a big fan of the floating head, like on his 63 Topps rookie card, but I think it actually works very well inside this, sort of square on the back. So I do like the backs of the 71 Topps cards. There is my latest pickup, and for those of you who are interested in what the actual number grade is, I'll be getting into the numbers behind this purchase here, as I always do, so you can follow along in my journey. But this copy here has a number grade of, yes, another 4. I sound like a broken record, but these are the types of cards that I just love to add to my collection. Affordable, and if you're patient enough, you can still find great looking copies. And for me, it's all about saving money. Yeah, I could spend more money and get one that has a 6 up there, but still, maybe the corners are just a little bit nicer. I don't need super sharp corners. So yeah, there's his 71. So let me set that aside here for a moment. Now, when I showed off the 70 Topps Pete Rose, I showed off all my other 70s cards of him. So rather than rehash those, I thought I would show off the cards from the 1960s that I have of Pete Rose. So I don't have his rookie card, but of course I do have his 64. Which I think is far superior to his rookie card. Now, this next one, I'm not sure what I want to do with it. It's his 65, and as you can see, it's in a Beckett slab. And it's a Beckett 6 for whatever, that means, whatever. Normally with a lot of my Beckett slab cards, my goal is to eventually switch them over to PSA. But in this case, with the centering on this card, doesn't really suit my current, eye appeal wants for my collection. So I'm probably going to be bringing this to the independent show. I don't know if I'll use it for trade or just sell it. I'm not sure, but I don't see this particular card staying in my collection. So I'll be on the hunt at some point for another 65 that has some better centering. I mean, it's not a bad copy for those that don't mind a little off centering. The corners are nice. It's the registration, the color. I mean, everything's nice about it. Just for me, the centering is just not where I would like it. So maybe there's someone at the Independence show that would be interested in maybe some sort of trade or interested in purchasing this from me. And then, like I said, I'll be on the hunt for another or a replacement for his 65. I do have his 66. And I have his 67. And his 69. So from the 60s, other than his rookie card, I only need his 68 tops. So where I stand right now with the pickup of his 71, other than his rookie card, I only need his 1968 tops card to have every tops card from, 64 through 1980. Now, again, that 65, I technically have the card. And whatever I decide to do with it, again, at some point I would have to replace that one as well. But once I pick up the 68 and figure out what's going to happen with the 65, even though it's not on any of my projects, I may slowly acquire some of his other 80s cards to get to the point where I would have his entire Topps Playing Days run except for his rookie card, and then we'll see if someday I finally break down and buy his rookie card. We'll see. It's not high on my priority list, so I would be fine for having a nearly complete Pete Rose run without his rookie card. All right, back to the card at hand for this video, the 71. So let's get into the numbers. I had this on my list initially in a PSA 6, and I thought I'd be able to pick up a 6 for $100. Well, a lot has changed in the last 2 years, and now on the high end, PSA 5s are going for $100. I forgot to look up what PSA 6s are going for now. So if I had stuck to my guns and said I needed a 6 on the slab, I probably would be looking at $150 plus for a 6, maybe even close to $200 for a nice 6. So knew I didn't need a 6 in my collection. So all in with shipping and tax for this PSA 4, I paid on the higher end, but all in, I'm at 65 bucks. So I saved $35 by picking up this really nice PSA 4 copy, rather than saying I need a certain number on that slab and potentially pay $150, $200 for a card that may, just on a casual look, may look the same as this copy here. So for this pickup here, yes, I did pay on the higher end. I felt this copy was worth it, and for the additional amount above the current comps, I figured it was not that big of a stretch to pay just a little bit more. Again, it was a buy it now. It wasn't an auction. Compared to other PSA 4s that were on eBay, and given the eye appeal, again, I thought this was well worth it. So on a PSA 4, the low end, lowest one went for $34, the average around 42, and the high end is this purchase here at $61. So it was 61. Actually, it was at 61, and may have been free shipping, and then with the tax, it was around $65 all in. Now, to put this in perspective for PSA 5 copies, the low end, they're going for 48, on average 75. So I paid under the average comp of a PSA 5, and on the high end of a PSA 5, like I said, it's $105 is the current high that someone spent on a PSA 5 copy. So when you look at, hey, is this, I'm not going to say, undergraded or whatever, but, compare it to 5s, and even the 5s, you're not going to necessarily get centering like this. Overall, I'm happy with what I paid for the card. So where am I with 71 cards now off of my list? Well, I thought I would have to spend for those 71 cards $6,680. But to date, I've only spent $4,050. So I am at $2,630 to the good. So still maintaining sort of that 60% clip. So we'll see how long that can continue. But yeah, thoroughly enjoying this project and the slow accumulation. I will get there. I will get to all 100. They're easily attainable. They're not rare cards. I may have to overpay from what I originally thought I would have to pay for a copy, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah, would love to know what you think about this pickup here, the 1971 Topps Pete Rose, and my other Pete Rose cards from the 1960s. And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.